What's up, family? I hope all is well with you guys. Thank you guys so much for the continuing love and support of the channel, guys. And if you have not already, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And you know, it's always nothing but love for my beautiful masculines and feminines. So I'm being called to kind of switch up how things are over here. And we're going to use more of the intuition now. You know what I'm saying? Being more intuitive so that we can be completely naked in the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like just completely just vulnerable with the energy and just allowing things to just shift naturally here. So I want to start off with some spiritual messages for us at this time just to see what's going on. And we have surrender and flow, which is one of the energies that I love, but it's also very difficult sometimes because when you are being called to surrender and just allow the energy to flow, it's going to require a certain level of vulnerability, and being vulnerable with the energy is very difficult for a lot of us because of how much we've been hurt on the journey. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what God is wanting you guys to know at this time is whatever is working in your life, allow that to flow, and whatever isn't, allow that to go, right? And we still got true self here. Like, this is all about you guys finding yourself and being true to yourself at this time, regardless of who you feel will accept it or won't accept it. All right. You also have perspective. Now, you guys could be going through a very challenging period right now when it comes down to the mental, because you don't really know what's happening next. And the thing is, where you are now is exactly where God needs you to be, because we have to go through different things in life to challenge our perspective, to challenge our mindset, so that we can learn a new pattern or a new way of doing things. And I feel like that's what you guys are currently experiencing at this time. And you're going through a rebirth, and rebirths are very uncomfortable. That they can be one of those situations to where God will literally come in and snatch everything from beneath you that used to work, and now it's like the slate is clean, but it's like I don't know what to do with this new slate because I'm so used to the old pattern or the old way. And I definitely feel like that's something that's being shifted for you guys. Now, when it comes down to the twin flame connection overall, first card out is Lessons of Uranus, and it says radical attraction and sexual pull come with inconsistency and detachment. A theme of freedom or commitment. No expectations are the best expectations to have, and that's all about the surrender and flow energy. um I've seen a whole lot in the community where we have our guard up so much to where I'm not accepting X, Y, and Z. If you do X, Y, and Z, then this is, and you know, that's the thing. It's okay for you to have those boundaries within yourself, right? So that you can jot down things and evaluate connections, whether it's with your twin or with someone else. It gives you the ability to jot these boundaries down within yourself so that you can at least enjoy the connection, but also jot down some of the things that you're seeing that are red flags. Or it'll also give you an opportunity to see, am I responding to whatever this is from? Is this a trauma response? You know, am I thinking that it's something from my old timeline because it seems familiar? Do I run? Do I, hold on one second, y'all. Hello? Uh-huh. I have. I have. Okay. You finna do what now? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, you have to recognize the difference between a trauma response and what's actually reality. So I can't tell you guys how to necessarily do that because everybody has went through their own separate issues. You know, everybody's trauma is different. And I think that this is also an opportunity too, because some of you guys are stepping into new connections, whether these are romantic ones or platonic ones. It's all about you embracing the experience and also giving yourself the opportunity to surrender and flow to the energy so that you can at least feel the good parts of it, even if it's not something that's going to last long. You know what I mean? Give yourself the opportunity to be vulnerable, and give yourself opportunity to be vulnerable and open to the shift, the shift that's happening in the energy. And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have surrender. Separation. Surrender into your heart and divine source where there is no separation. The highest levels of love always serve and are without condition. So unconditional love is one of the best loves that you can ever experience in life. And in order for you to know what that is, first you have to have a good relationship with the Most High. I went through several parts on the journey of being in isolation, losing relationships that I thought would be in my life forever, especially with my close friendships and things of that nature. And I didn't realize that I had to go through those periods of isolation so that God and I could have our own relationship so that I can experience what true love looks like without conditions, because he loved me no matter what I had going on in my life. Even when I was operating in a lower vibrational frequency, when I was a complete sinner out here. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. And the thing is, he loved me anyway. And that's the same kind of love that we're supposed to have for one another. So accepting that things happen for a reason, which goes back to the perspective, and also giving yourself permission to forgive. I feel like a lot of us we don't give ourselves permission to forgive, and that's what keeps us in this place of stagnancy, of not being able to attract the things that we truly truly deserve on a soul level, the things that God truly wants to give to us as people, as his children. So I definitely feel like that's what's going on here. I'm going to get one card for the love energy. We have commitment here, and it says here you can expect this connection to last long, or have long term to it. The thing is though, sometimes when we go into situations and we're carrying old thoughts or old habits from our old timeline, we go into it thinking this is going to be temporary. Shift that perspective a little bit. On the bottom of the deck, we have emotional intelligence. It says understanding your partner's love language and expressing yours will help this connection evolve. And that's all about intimacy. And I'm not talking about intimacy as far as like, being involved in that way. Intimacy is all about the communication. Intimacy is all about quality time, walks in the park, reading the Bible, praying together. All of those are different ways to connect with your partner beyond the physical realm. So this is all about you guys giving yourself permission to build a spiritual connection with not only your true love partner, but also within your community. Love that comes without conditions. And the thing is, you learned this through every hardship that you went through. So now that you are and have been the student, it is your time to now teach it by living by it. Okay, so that's what I have, guys. Let me know what you think about this style of reading. Yeah, let's get into it. Love you guys. Bye.